Hi guys, and welcome to the Rainbow Six Replays YouTube channel. Today we want to present the video highlights of the last chance qualifier match between Team Loss and Wildcard during the North America League 2024 Stage 2. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like. Enjoy.
Opportunity where it's all on the line and things need to improve at a rapid pace, and we get to see an example for Los on the defense. Starting out with the opening pick, it's Arthur on to Bay off screen, but he's immediately traded by Kansas. Some dead bodies.
Down, make any progress you try to make into the map maybe a little more difficult to obtain, and that can be ever present on a site like this, one that requires that top floor control.
Worried about any anchors holding out inside of pillars with some kill holes along the bottom of the walls to stop the progress for Wildcard making their way in. And Farius will do just that, taking down Spiker. More shots ring out as Legacy gets put on his backside off screen, and Bosco makes his way into mining to try and attempt to plant. It's going down as Sexy Cake tries to retreat from pillars, but he's cut off by Spiff. The attempted revival from Farius inside of mining, and then he forgoes his fallen comrade, and they all meet their demise.
Can get so frantic, but Wildcard doing a nice job there of making sure that that chaos was felt by the defense rather than by the attack. Of course, closed out here in the hall as Farius eventually gave up on the...
Putting up a valiant fight on every one of them, because when we swap to the attacking side, that's when we should see Los play a little bit better than they have thus far. It's an idle shell taken out of play, and Bosco will drop Farius as the last remaining shell of Legacy. We'll collect one. Arthur with another one now on the SMG-11 drops Kansan. Bay wanders his way into Deep Freeze upstairs, cut down by another SMG-11, but Spiker comes to the rescue and saves Bay as he's on his backside, but he drops Arthur out of play.
Well, the big difference here is that Wildcard are facing a lot more difficulty getting in and clearing out this space. You got a player in Cocktail, that's Legacy, who pops right up and takes another kill. The trade, once again, found by Spiker. That's two trades, very important on this round. And if he can get Bay back in this fight, well, he's just got a chance, but Sexy Cake looking for it. Wizard, he'll spray through the floor and clean up the downed attacker. Wildcard, it just has not been as clean this time around. Los putting up a much stronger resistance, not backing off as easily on this top floor, knowing how important it is to maintain it. And this time, Wildcard could not win those gunfights that they were winning the first time. This is not over yet. You still have Spiker with 50 seconds, the diffuser in his pocket, and certainly a chance to identify the positions of these defenders with those Grimbees. He will, in fact, identify where Wizard is currently located, but he still has to actually land the shots. Easier said than done, as Wizard will
control for Wildcard to use this depth of soft breach that they have. Got the Flores, Jackal, Buck, and Ram all to rip through floorboards and make life as uncomfortable as possible on the bomb site, but Wizard will get the first as he finds Bosco trying to push his way towards the bomb site. Bay and Spiff, though, two headshots and consecutively. Spiff with another one as he tries to emerge from coat check. Farius will be felled, but Sexy Cake continues to persevere behind Whiskey. It's just him and Legacy left standing from outside of the bomb site trying to survive. Bay another casualty, but Kansan now pushing his way at the base of the white stairs, taking damage from Legacy. But the SMG-11 is going to have to win it out in the 1v2. A nice snap headshot from Legacy. The plant going down from Spiker now, and the re-emergence into the bomb site from Legacy as he tries to retake through Freezer. The plant is completed by Spiker, and he continues to back off slowly. Health advantage, just by the nature of the armor level of the defender, will be Legacy's, but just by a hair. The weaponry, certainly in the favor of Spiker. Long-range scope, long-range assault rifle, and purview over the diffuser. As the tyrant continues to tick down, shots will ring out, but they are suppressed, so there won't be any indicators of where those are coming from. Now, Legacy dips around the kitchen bar, and is able to continue to draw shots away from Spiker, but the clock, it will continue to run, and Legacy has nowhere to go but return to the scene of the diffuser plant. Spiker makes his emergence known from Small Bakery, doing some damage, but there are no seconds left for Legacy to work with. The timer, it will come to a conclusion, and Wildcard, Spiker,
bake wall and tucked himself in there safely. Always in a position where he could step up and swing the diffuser if they were trying to maybe long arm that diffuser, get some kind of counter diffuse. But at the end of the day, Legacy did try to find Spiker, did try to do what he could, but it just was not possible. Now, the reason that got set up in the first place, and you just saw it there, support role, that critical flex. He plays the Nomad, he's playing the Gridlock, he's playing the IQ, and well, right now, we are seeing the chaos take place on this top floor as Arthur just sends it out the cocktail window and loses his life. Farius, he goes down quickly after as well. The #1 rated player on this wildcard team throughout the course of the stage will pick up the next one. Bay just adds on. Gunfight after gunfight. There's Spiff. It just keeps going Wildcard's way. Sexy Cake in the track stingers. I mean, where is he gonna go here? It's a 1v5. Wildcard looking to close out a flawless round as Bosco gets this diffuser on the floor. And unless Sexy Cake can, well, pull off a miracle here, it looks like a flawless round is certainly in the cards. He's gonna try to swing this small breach on that ticket wall. There's no way that's gonna happen. And in fact, he can barely cross this position because Spiff is holding that angle. 2 more kills from Spiff.
We've got to take them on their word for it. And I think right now for Los, the opportunity to at least survive this first half, like I talked about, and get onto the attack where they certainly feel a little more comfortable these days, is the objective now. For being ready and waiting for early round peaks and aggressive play to try and jumpstart the round on defense from Los. At every turn, those have at least been traded, if not completely shut down. Now we have a clean opening kill from Los. Farius able to drop Kansan and Spiff with the Gara hook. Knocked Shelter is clear to enter, but Legacy has not vacated the position inside of C1 for the time. This means that he's still going to have purview towards the default plant spot through the floor. Farius on the flank as well will drop Bay, so the Ying dispatched of. It's just Bosco who was on rappel, and Spiker who is stuck in deep freeze. Farius tries to fashion himself a rotate, and he'll meet Lead instead. Spiker now inside of the freezer holding Legacy at bay as Bosco will now rappel into heaven, trapping the Goyo inside of Cocktail with nowhere left to go, but he hits the nice headshot and Wizard comes to his defense. A nice rejection of a top floor entry for Los.
Range. He had no problem claiming that kill on the close angle. Right there, you saw it again, the second kill of the round, but arguably the most pivotal, because when that plan didn't work for Wildcard, I mean, you sit back and you gotta ask, what are you gonna do at that point? They no longer
but not finish him off. And now Sexy Cake is hitting the top floor on the flank of all flanks. Farius as well will ascend the red stairs and also head topside. Try and clear out any attackers who are holding from above. Bay will get one from inside of pillars, make it a second with the R4C, but the attempted counter defuse from Arthur, and he's the last man standing on the diffuser. It's a flood of orange in the kill feed, and it's all
simply not having it. What a clinical hold. We talk about split seconds making a huge difference in Siege. If that C4 had landed, a split point of the entry for Los. Already gonna take a bit of heat here. Good bit of damage already, and now he walks into a nasty crossfire. Bay is able to take care of Farius, who is right behind him. Oh, and they're just gonna collapse. Look at Spiker. He gets 2. That is ruthless. He takes care of the Monty.
Steps and trying to go for an immediate rush, and being able to see through the Candelas will be Bay, do some damage to Legacy down to 5 HP. As Wizards continuing to take tick damage from the goo mine, they do get their entry upstairs, but they've foregone the shield of Arthur, and they've foregone the diffuser in the bomb site as well. Still a lot of utility to try and rip through, and for Los, one of those pre-coordinated rushes that the desk talked about, running into a brick wall face first. The drop down white stairs. It'll be red once again. Kansan will collect one inside laundry. Spiker, why not hit the hip fire just to add insult?
We're a team that brings in a lot of, well, preconceived rushes, very explosive executes. Sometimes it can go like that, and it can really fall on its face before you can even see that develop. But it's also part of the reason I'm out. But this is the focus for Los. It's where Wizard is trying to make an entry.
Pushing through the bottom of the white stairs on the vision of the default camera, but he still wins the heads-up engagement against Spiker, removing the smoke from VIP as Arthur is getting the plant down, and it looks like he'll be successful. A 3v5 post-plant, making it a 2v5 as Farius is able to catch Spiff. Kansan now heading up brown stairs, straight into the gridlock track stingers. Legacy will also collect onto that kill with the F90, and now Bosco to try and stop it from being a flawless round. There's more track stingers at his feet, down to 17 health, thanks to the flank control, and now he's able to remove one from play. So it's not a flawless round for Los, but it might as well.
Doing really clean work on the gridlock. I mean, that right there was just neat and tidy. Didn't need to do anything crazy flashy or get a clutch. Those gridlock track stingers, putting them...
Cell comes out and will also miss. That was the second one available to Wildcard. Now they have none remaining. Upside down Repel continues to win up against Bay. It's a Roni up against an assault rifle, and now he's having to back away as here comes Arthur on the Montaigne. There's nowhere to go for Bay once again.
This time it was Kansan who really made that first aggressive move, and he who went down first, giving Los that initial advantage. But as we see some more aggression, Bosco whiffing almost every single shot. He goes down to a Claymore, and, well, it doesn't take much longer for Los.
Which is very uncharacteristic of this Wildcard team. Hasn't netted much thus far. And again, they weren't actually flawless rounds on the board, but I'm going to call them back-to-back lies by the defense. The second one will go skyward, and Farius will chew right through it. But Bosco through the floor where a Nitro Cell just emerged from. Still hits a TCSG headshot onto Arthur. So there goes your Montaigne. The opening pick reacquired now by the side of Wildcard on the defense. To try and put themselves on a map point, it's Bay who goes for the jump. He goes 1-for-1 with Sexy Cake's Claymore, and Wizard through the smoke. Still able to see Spiker and put him to sleep. Now the push into Freezer. Farius collecting now, and he gets dropped from behind. Spiff has the coverage, immediately traded, and Wizard now in the smoke, in the fear gas, unable to see, unable to breathe, and it's just Bosco alone now in the 1v2. Red ping's coming out, and Wizard has to back off a little bit more, so Bosco has a moment to breathe. Shots come out through the floorboards. Now Bosco with no more Nitro Cell to be able to play vertically. It's just him and his TCSG against the world. The last two attackers trying to cordon him off and trying to facilitate a reading planted, it seems. But Bosco, he's got other designs. He's going to head topside. The plant going down from Wizard as Sexy K tries to cover from above. Wizard has to re-engage in the plant, but Legacy, Bosco never hearing, just had to go the distance. There was no choice. We needed to go all the way, all 6 maps. And early on here, it looked like Wildcard was going to break that trend. And all of a sudden, the re-emergence of Los on the attacking side, once again, it must be said, they're just a different team on the attack these days. And there is still top control being held by Wildcard defenders. That is holding Arthur at bay for the time being, but here come the vertical smokes, and here comes the execute.
Los haven't moved for a minute and a half. For 2 minutes, and it's getting them into serious trouble. Legacy is able to get the kill onto Spiff after he jumped out a window, but what else can we see from this attack? We're gonna have to see a little bit more because a 3v4 reacquiring the diffuser and going for the plant, but the pressure that Wildcard maintain, well, it should be good enough. C4 misses by just a hair, and Sexy Cake can stick this plant. A good kill from Legacy on the coverage as well, and Los may have just brought this one back. A good shot from Kansan as he removes Sexy Cake and the Capitao, who just got the diffuser down. But once again, the diffuser is on the floor. Legacy and Wizard can sit back and play patient. 3 defenders now turned into needing to retake this site. Diffuser exposed, the breach wide open. Kansan, he is in position. Spiker on the coverage, the smoke, it works! Bosco, he's there on the kill, and the final attacker is nowhere to be found.
And even in the post plant, you have the pings coming out. You're just not in a position to be able to react to a long arm behind K1. Just questionable positioning. The cocktail that will reveal his position. Everyone on Los should be well aware now. But only 60 seconds left at the disposal for Los to keep their hopes alive on Cafe.
Oh, Bay, what a shot onto Wizard. That is a brutal blow for Los, and he's still here. Arthur remains confused about where these defenders are positioned, but he knew he had to take the fight with Spiff. At least he wins that one. Farius, he'll join, taking care of that remaining top floor presence. So Bay has been dealt with, but of course, they've lost both Wizard and Sexy Cake in the process. Arthur, lucky to be alive after running in front of Bay's crosshair, but with 30 HP and a shield in front of his face, I mean, he is still a very powerful threat for this Los attack. The one problem, though, is the time. There's 15 seconds left for this attack to get going, and they still have to actually get onto the floor of the actual objective. They're gonna drop down and try to make the move. Farius, he's got the diffuser in pocket, so with 5 seconds left here, he's gonna put that on the ground. Forced to relocate. Trying again, good coverage here from Legacy as he gets that kill. Arthur still taking a bit of damage. Up top, there's Kansan, and he denies the about Los right not having the greatest stage. But to put this in even more context, the journey they took to get here, only one team out of the 9 teams in the NAL did not make either the major or the
Intel on him, and he's corrected in that assumption that there is a drone on him, but now Sexy Cake taking lots of damage at the hands of presumably Spiker. Spiff, though, continues his reign of terror topside. He collects another headshot onto Wizard. Spiker's been down, not revived as of yet, and he'll be cleaned up at the base of Garage. Attempt to flank up into storage. Arthur putting the bomb on the floor. Shotgun up against the wall as Bay does battle topside. Ferry is picking through his teammates down below. Spiff, though, dropped. Bosco, the Nitro Cell, comes out a hair too late, and Sexy Cake wins the battle upstairs against Bay. Now, the last two remaining defenders start rushing in towards Farius, but he wins out with one. Can't go for a second. So he had 3 on the round, but he couldn't tack on for more, so now it's Cans on 110 health, finding the diffuser, and he knows that his last remaining opponent is topside. Sexy Cake on the buck, and attempting to get into the perfect position to long arm this. And Sexy Cake does not have vision onto Kansan for the time being. He's going to have to drop, and the hip fire headshot from Sexy Cake's
nail biter for both teams. Los very impressively able to pull it back to a winnable position after the disadvantage. Important Nitro Cell to avoid there, but still going down to that Nitro Cell, but already putting the diffuser on the floor. And that was the most important thing. You saw Farius go absolutely nuts, getting 3 kills. And
in that instance, it was a hipfire headshot on the lower health count. Now we're going to have to contend with a blitz rush from Sexy Cake at the top of the Aqua stairs. And he's running headlong into a deployable shield, and Spiker collects the headshot, presumably from that rafters window. So no pressure being applied on the backside as of yet. Wizard takes a handful of damage, being rejected entry to the rafters doorway. And Spiker continues to collect. Legacy is going to team kill Wizard for the trouble. He's able to down off Spiker in the process. Legacy! He's got 3 kills on the round, only 2 of them onto opponents, and 1 of them was a 1-tap.
Dude, this is chaos. So much action here, and only now are we 1 minute into the round. Legacy, the only man left, taking a little damage from his own Selma for good measure. Won them all. The problem was one of those was onto his own teammate, throwing this one into further disarray. He's keeping an eye on Kansan. He spots the head right behind. Oh, but Kansan pops out from the doorway and wins it anyway. A good old-fashioned 1v1 across the top, a few gunshots down towards Los's way.
He's got to rotate through Freezer into Vending and Bay from inside of control. Able to drop Farius, who, as you mentioned, had an operator swap and had a commanding round number 1. Arthur, though, will hit the trade onto Spiff. As he vacates to safety and just narrowly avoids the Nitro Cell as well. Free place from Bay, but unable to find the mark and Wizard from up above.
And well, the clock is ticking rather low. Arthur, breaching charge goes up, and he'll make the first move in, but a C4, that should do it, but Sexy Cake, that's great coverage from above. Arthur sticking this, no! Denied at the last second, diffuser drop, now it's Wizard who has to do this. Bosco, now he's gonna swing, look for the planter, and they get it! Denying it at the final moment, and Wildcard.
The enemy stored a tank, and we saw the swings come out as Bosco's Nitro went soaring. It was Arthur who was dropped, and Wizard immediately goes for this re-engage on the plant, but then it's Kansan who has to swing out and be the savior of the round, as there's just of Bosco will now be deathmark tracked as the Maverick was able to rip open the IT wall and facilitate the top control for the attack. Try and get Arthur with the plant going down. Spiker, though, responds onto Wizard. The Nitro Cell! It lands right at the feet of Arthur and rips him to shreds. The diffuser once again has to be recovered from inside of the bomb site from another attacker, but Bay rips through Farius with the MP5, and all of a sudden a man advantage vanishes into thin air. Los down to Sexy Cake and Legacy. The frag grenade ends up right beside Bosco. Doesn't even try to move out of the positioning as he had a red indicator at his feet, but Bay, with the top coverage reestablished, is able to have perch and purview over the diffuser. It's just Legacy alone now on 43 HP. Make that 3 health, make that 0. Bay able to rip through the...
When that diffuser was getting planted and a perfectly placed C4, you see right there from Spiker. He opens it up with a kill with a gun. He gets the kill with the explosive and stops the cheeky move from Los. Magic bomb, so this has got to be when they're going to make their move.
This might be the most painful kill box I've ever seen. A clash slowing down attackers trying to push through electrical and a shotgun waiting them. Everybody hits the floor courtesy of Spiff and Bosco. It's just Legacy and Farius who are actually getting some progress over towards IT. The Diffuser, though, lays the IT feet, but Legacy and Farius, they both get one of their own, leaving Bay alone on 100% health. The Diffuser is still yet to be recovered, and Farius picks it up while hitting the goo mine outside of the Raptors' doorway. Quick peeking, and it potentially has saved the life of him and the round. Both attackers collapsing onto Bay, but he's gonna let the timer run out. He downs off one, and the clock strikes midnight. All the lull.
Maybe a third time now. That's how close as these rounds have been, but still the clock a problem.
Clock is a problem, and solutions mid-round also seemingly a tragic issue for Los. As mid-round adaptations...
Challenger League for life in the open quals, but there's still a lot of work to do. They have a 3-round deficit right now, and a C4 from Bay, make it 2 kills from Bay, are gonna make that so much more difficult to make happen.
Though, so the remaining Los attackers aware of the positioning of Spiff and electing to hit the site through Exo immediately. Clearly the ideology is we have a 3v3 on the bomb site, but I don't think they accounted for Bosco's TCSG at range, being able to rip them to pieces. And ACOG attached to that as well, being able to decimate every attacker who tries to approach through Exo. And now the time continues to tick against Legacy and Wizard, who are trapped into this position, still with a Spiff who could collapse upon them on the flank at any moment in this round. Wandering into the bomb site for Wizard has a Nitro Cell arrive at his feet and he cannot find it. More Lamaus, more lols in the all chat. It's wild.
But what else? A Nitro Cell as your ADS, that's the only thing, is it just fills up your vision and then you blow up in the sight? I mean, well, there's only so much you can do. Aim train, please, from Bay.
Been a tough stage to witness. But now you can see Wildcard going direct to the bomb site once again. Selmas and Exothermics coming out onto the assembly wall, straight into Animus and Wildcard. They want to shut this out in a hurry. Bosco quick to the fire. He takes down Spiff, but Kansan has the trade onto Arthur. Bay as well collecting another one, and everyone on the side of Los will continue to fall. They all hit the floor, and it's just Wizard left standing. Los nearly on match point, and they will be match points.
To see how Bosco and Kansan feel about that, but you know, based on what they're typing in the all chat, based on the lead they have right now, that they are certainly feeling good. I mean, Bay and Kansan, they started it off. Bay, he's been going crazy, and he finished it up there. Get it?
Anything that Wildcard have brought on the side of Los, and they're sitting pretty static in the bomb site. We've seen them go for some aggressive swings in the past, and it might just be Sexy Cake's turn to step up to the plate.
Well, Arthur, 2 big kills for him, but Kansan, a quick trade. Kansan, he's still down below, still looking to potentially wield that skeleton key and get some of those defenders to move around here, but Farius, what? He jumps out knowing there's a Claymore there, goes down anyway. Seems to not matter. He's got Legacy, he's got Sexy Cake picking up the pieces. Bosco, 1 HP left on Sexy Cake. He avoids the Nitro Cell, and now he's trying to pull off a little clutch himself. Sexy Cake to his left, Legacy staring right at him through the doorway. Not gonna be able to vault through this breach safely. He's gonna have to land at least a shot before he can do it. The flashes could help. He spots the toe and gets the finisher on Sexy Cake. Just one more needed to close this one out. 10 seconds, just about. Pushing in now, safely through the breach. That's the first job done, but now, oh, having so much trouble. What? Bosco! Are you insane? Wildcard can't believe it. Bay can't believe it.